We have to get back to letting our minds roam free. Again, think about it. When you're a child, I remember, I sort of sat the other day and I sort of sat quietly and what came to me was remembering, me as a child and the imagination, and I'd get, a cardboard box, or I'd get a suitcase, and I'd have that little, I had this little tiny suitcase, and I was a spy, and I was this, and I was that, and my imagination was flowing all the time. Nothing was off limits. Nothing was, I could be in a room on my own and I could make up the greatest game in the world. And my imagination and my mind just flowed free. And then we get put in this system and you are taught the opposite. You are slowly, your mind is concertinaed into this little box, into this little prison. And you're taught you cannot, your mind cannot roam beyond the walls of this belief. And that's the biggest misjustice to life. That's the biggest misjustice to humanity. It's the biggest misjustice to yourself. But when you realise the person that's sort of mistreating you in that moment yourself is yourself, because you're allowing your mind to be in that box. You are. Because the truth is, no one can hold your mind within that box but yourself. And this is the biggest illusion of all. You're tricked into believing, it's almost like for example, you're sitting in a field and someone tells you, there's a fence around the field, someone tells you it's an electric fence. Don't ever touch the fence. Don't ever touch the fence. Your mum and dad's here, don't ever touch the fence. Don't ever touch the fence. And as a kid, you want to walk over to the fence and they're like, don't go to the fence. And you get indoctrinated into believing that the fence is electric. Until suddenly, one day you walk close to the fence. And you touch the fence and the fence was never fucking electric at all. Never was. And you spent your whole life in the perimeters of that fence, believing a belief that the fence was electric when it never was. And that's the biggest trick we've done now. We're taught to come in this box and we start to live within this box, and then we don't roam. Our minds don't roam beyond the walls of that prison. And all I would say today is let your fucking mind roam. When that story comes in, that fearful story, all that's doing is you're getting close to what? You're getting close to the fence. And it's going, don't touch the fence. Tell it to shut the fuck up. Tell that story to shut the fuck up. Because guess what? There is no fucking fence. There is no electricity around the fence. There is no walls to that thing, apart from what that belief system is trying to do. It's trying to keep you enclosed within those walls. It's trying to shut the doors and stop you roaming. Stop your mind roaming. When that's actually exactly what you want to do. You have to let your mind roam. You have to open up the pathways of your mind. Let your mind be fucking free. Because when you realise that it's your mind and you have the capacity to let your mind roam free, and it's that belief system you're listening to is the only thing that's closing down your mind, then you realise you have the power in all of that. Because you are the one listening to the story that is closing down your mind, and you also have the power to not listen to that story and open up your mind, and witness so much more of experience. So again, just a bit of advice, take it or leave it. Try today, open up your mind. Let your mind be free. Let your mind roam. And see what happens in life when you do that. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.